Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my podcast. So, with the DCEU rebooting itself, aka rebranding itself, I've also thought about what if Jonathan Entwistle's Power Rangers reboot would have done the exact same thing if they were to come out with a Ranger Studio, which is something that I created myself, and it looks pretty good. It kind of has this Stranger Things feel when it comes to the Power Coin and the studio logo, but I know it kind of sounds like I'm spoiling it, but I don't care. It's my channel. Who cares? So the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because I feel like a lot of people are just wondering what if Power Rangers did the same thing, because I wanted to make sure that I'll be the first people to even bring it up so that we can start this discussion. So this is what I've created. The Power Coin logo right here, and then you see the logo, the studio logo on the side, to make it look like the Marvel Studios, DC Studios, and now you got your Power Rangers version. But this time, it's not going to be called Power Rangers Studios, it's going to be called Ranger Studios. So this is all based on the original Teenagers with Attitude. You can start that off by rebooting Mighty Morphin Power, which is on Netflix, with the movie. And then once you've done that, you can turn that into a TV series. You can do like a 16 episode of Power Rangers, and whatever episodes you decide to adapt from its original run and have it make sense and make it more serious. But for the most part, the martial arts has to mean something. No more body parts. You can give blows to the face because, number one, you're on Netflix now, which means that you can have freedom of being creative with your own product and TV show as well. And then once you've done all of that, you could just do your Sixth Ranger introduction of Tommy Oliver. We all know that he has a tragic backstory, losing his parents to a car crash. So now he has to transfer to Angie Grove High School, being a new kid in town, competing in a martial arts tournament. Rita turns Tommy evil, and then after that, you can just create your Great with Evil miniseries into a film, but have it like be PG-13, if you will. And then after that, you can just have him join the team. You face some villains and monsters, in your third film. So that way, once he continues to do all of that, he'll get a joy of being a Power Ranger for the first time, which means that he's actually doing great within himself. So once you finish doing all of that, we could just somehow come up with a plan, like in a TV show with a green candle, to take away Tommy's powers, but also draining his life. So after that, you could just do like a doomsday movie, like have it part 1 and part 2 where the Rangers are just getting their breaks, have their tails being break down by Cyclopses, not once but twice but 3 times. And after that, you could just end the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers run on Netflix off with the bang, with the Rangers defeating Rita. I mean, once you finish beating her up and her goons up, you could just seal her back to the space dumpster in the moon, which is Mars, not really. And so after that, you could just bring Lord Zed and future films. I don't know why I'm stuttering, but I'm just giving you my ideas of what Hasbro can do with the Power Rangers brand if they're going to reboot the franchise once more. So after that, you could just decide to do other Power Ranger films, have a base of Lost Galaxy, Time Force, or even Dino Charge. So for me, I would say if you do Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, now you could just call it Space Jungle, Power Rangers Space Jungle, because Ginga Man was not based on space. It was based on like a jungle adventure type of Sentai show. And if you could just turn Power Rangers into that, just imagine the deep plots and the important storylines of the Red Ranger, Mike. So I think once you do something like that, think about how cool that would be if they were to do a Mountain Defender movie storyline into a film. So instead of that, you could just do your Power Rangers Time Force, but this time it could just be about them time traveling, to the year 2022 or 2024 or 5. It depends. So if you're going to do a Power Rangers Time Force, I think what you should do is have it based on time, them doing time traveling. Because if you're traveling into 2001, you're just stuck there. You didn't really do any time traveling. Though Time Force is a good show, by the way. But my only issue with that is that they didn't really do the time traveling part. And Lightspeed Rescue. Now, Carter Grayson is one of the most important characters, the Red Ranger, because he's one of the baddest Rangers on the show. Now, if you turn that into a movie, can you imagine the crazy response when they decided to do a Titanium Ranger series into a dark film? Now, Ryan is Dana's brother. I mean, can y'all imagine for them to do a Titanium Ranger storyline in a film? Like, think about how cool that is, right? Ryan is evil. Diabolical turned him evil once, he was told that his father let him fall off the cliff. Because if y'all remember the episode of Lightspeed Rescue, it showed a clip where, actually it was like a flashback to where Captain Mitchell had to sacrifice himself to let go of Ryan. But when Diabolical saved him, he just took him and turned him evil and have him in his father. But once he realizes that there's good in him, he just needed to turn that situation into a positive one by becoming good and joining the Lightspeed Rescue. But the fight scenes of Lightspeed Rescue movies could be easy, brutal, and fast at the same time. Now, Megaforce, I would love for them to reboot Megaforce. The season sucked, the story sucked, the characters are trash, and I just feel like Megaforce was such an underdeveloped TV show. Tried to be like maybe Morphin, but failed, But if they reboot Megaforce into a film, please, for the love of God, give Gia something to develop her character. And I mean that for a reason. Gia in both seasons was very underdeveloped. No focus episodes whatsoever. Her and Emma's focus episode didn't mean anything. And I was dumb enough to even cheer them on when, during this run in 2013. And Troy? Give Troy a backstory of him being the alien that was brought on Earth to have a life. And give him something about him not having parents because his parents were killed. So then he was raised by aliens who travel to Earth to become a teenager and become an adult. So that way, if you could just have the characters be fleshed out in Megaforce movie, it can also work. Ninja Steel, on the other hand, is a throwaway season. It did not feel like a Ninja Thing season at all. So, if you were to reboot Ninja Steel, have it be more ninja based. Ninja tricks, ninja martial arts, fight scenes need to be more impactful, if you will, and give the Rangers new Zords. Haley was the only one that had a Coyote Zord. Preston has a dragon. I don't know what Brody, Sarah, and damn, I forgot the Yellow Ranger's name. Oh well, I don't care. Just give them new Zords and give them a new story of them becoming ninjas and Power Rangers at the same time, and have them train in martial arts, if you will. So I think the Neo Saban era should be rebooted, but have it make sense. So that is my ideas of what Hasbro can do if they were to release a new logo called Ranger Studios, which is something that I created by myself. So let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comments down below. Do you agree with what I'm saying? If not, sound off in the chat and I will see y'all.